Hey there, www.andrewbarmusic.com. Late night in the van. Once more, another informal chat. In yesterday's video, I was responding to the Christ is King channel, and I was making a point about Satan as it was understood by the Jews 2,000 years ago, and the official Roman Catholic Church's version of Satan was a later iteration, although it likely had its roots in Zoroastrianism's dualism with Ashura Mazda and Ahriman, and also borrowed from Greek mythology, the Hades and Charon and the river Styx and Tartarus and Gehenna. So all projected into a new version of Judaism by the Roman Catholic authorities during around 300 to 400 AD. But my point is that the Jews did not have a version of that version of Satan in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago during the time of Jesus. And when he accused them of being, the synagogue of Satan, they understood that he's accusing them, so he's the accuser, Satan. And to this day, if you go, there's three levels of the Torah. There's the Orthodox 5 books, and then there's the rabbinical Talmudic commentary on the Torah. Nothing good comes out of that for Gentiles. And then there's the esoteric Kabbalist, and it's even worse. So, I'm 66, and I started my search when I was 19, and I have come across one rabbi in those years who I believe he was just an Orthodox rabbi, and he came up with a benevolent version of the Torah. That's one in my lifetime. So it is possible. I don't think it's possible with rabbinical, Talmudic, or Kabbalistic Torah to come up with a benevolent version of that narrative for Gentile people. It's just not possible. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I just wanted to make a few extra points there. This video is Satan in the Garden of Eden. And the official Roman Catholic version of Satan in the Garden of Eden is he was the serpent who tempted Eve. The problem with that framing, again, from the Roman Catholic Church's point of view, it was Jesus who wrote the Torah. And if you read the 5 books, and I read it cover to cover when I was like 23, and I rejected it. And I rejected official Christendom too, Orthodox Christendom. But that's besides the point. But you will not find that Jesus wrote, if he's, according to the Roman Catholic Church here, he's the author of the Torah, he did not write one word about Satan, Lucifer, in the Torah. I mean, double face palm. This is supposed to be Jesus that wrote the Torah, according to the Roman Catholic Church. And not only that Jesus, as the author of the Torah, in the book of Jonah, no, it's not the book of Jonah, in the book of Job, he says that Satan is an ambassador in the council of El-Elyon, going to the earth and accusing human beings, just like the rabbis say he is, like I explained in the last video. So, according to the Roman Catholic Church, Jesus wrote the Torah, or inspired the Torah, because he's Yahweh, and he doesn't even And he contradicts the Roman Catholic teaching on Satan. And then he omits to tell the Jews for 3,000 years the truth about Satan. Like, there's just not, there's no, again, I've read it cover to cover. There is no Roman Catholic version of Satan in the Torah. So, something is just so off here. I don't know I've got that much more to say about it, but two wrongs don't equal right. And I guess I just want to morph over here to what's going on and my view of what's happening now. To me, it's just Monsters, Inc. It's just one giant loosh farm explosion right now. And the most despicable part of it is like, 200 babies just got blown up, and then you click on the internet feeds, and it's just like the most inane news stories come up, just endless scroll feeds of meaningless news stories juxtaposed to this just horrific loosh farming episode that's going on the planet right now. So yeah, that's my view on what's happening. I'm a Sethian Christian Gnostic, not buying the official story of Satan in the Garden of Eden, and not buying the story of Satan as it's presented by the Roman Catholic Church at the time of Christ. Both of them are nonsensical. One thing I find, I'm going to just switch gears again here. One thing I find very interesting about Kabbalah and the three levels of Judaism altogether is they all deny the possibility of a demiurge, which is the foundation of the Sethian Gnostic spiritual cosmology. And this denial of a God who is an omnipotent and all-loving has forced them to create nonsensical stories to deal with the problem of evil. And that they're all incoherent. They don't make any sense. Whereas if you look at life and how life is playing out, it's brutal, and it's not consistent with an all-loving God who's all-knowing and all-powerful and has free will. Because an all-powerful God who has free will didn't need to cause this. And the conundrum here is that it says that at some point he will get rid of the evil. So it implies that it is capable of doing it, but then you have all this nonsense in between. So if it's capable of doing it at a future point through being all-powerful with free will, then logically it could have done it from the very beginning and not have to go through this drama. If it has free will and it's all-powerful and can create a paradise, an eternal paradise at some point in the future, then it, by definition, logically, it had that power to begin with. So the fact that that hasn't happened argues more for the demiurgic hypothesis of God, which all three iterations of Judaism reject. And this is the core root of the problem, because they have a faulty metaphysic. So yeah, bit of rambling there, but I am just not getting the Roman Catholic view of Satan as it pertains to the Garden of Eden, or what they say happened 2,000 years ago. Andrew Mark Music, ciao.